Hello, Pandora Gilboa Rockets. My name is Jeff Wise. I'm the high school principal here at Pandora Gilboa High School. Over the next 6 to 7 months here, I will be transitioning to the superintendency. And one of my goals as your future superintendent, obviously, of course, to serve our students, to serve the community. And one way I want to do that, one of my goals is to improve communication between the school and the community. So I've decided to create a series of videos called Rocket Report. Ideally, these videos will give you some of the comings and goings of the school, let you know what's going on here. I plan to review items we talk about in the board agendas, the school board meetings, things like that. So some of our bigger picture ideas, policy ideas, things like that. Some of the more special things maybe our students are doing, give you a glimpse in our classrooms and to see our students in maybe a different light. So thank you for joining me for this video. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully I'll get one of these out every month or so. But ideally, like I said, I want to improve communication between the school and the community and let you guys know what's going on here. So again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. This would be our first Rocket Report. So I'll just get started. First, as I'm transitioning to the superintendency here, replacing Mr. Schmutz, and I'd like to give a big thank you to our school board for allowing me this opportunity. I'm really thankful to be here, and I've been here 13 years as a principal, and I look forward to a long time as your superintendent as well. So again, thank you so much. And that being said, to replace me, we have hired Mr. Matt Kelly to replace me as high school principal. Mr. Kelly is a teacher at Otto Glandorf. He teaches social studies. Mr. Kelly has taught for 11 years. So when you see him, even though he looks like he's about 15, he's a little older than that. But I'm looking forward to having Mr. Kelly on staff here with us. I think you're going to really like him and enjoy him, and he's going to do a great job for us. So just want to let you know about that. Mr. Kelly will be starting on August 1st, but you may have already seen him around, and if not, he'll be around. He's going to do some things like going on our 8th grade trip. So hopefully you all get a chance to meet him. He's very personable and enjoyable. So like I said, I think you're going to really like him. Secondly, we are hiring another mental health counselor. It's Casey Lammers. That'll happen at our May board meeting. Again, we just feel like there's a strong need nationwide, statewide, and locally as well for students to have a place to share their mental health concerns. And so we're hiring Casey for that. And she's been here this year as an educational aide. And so she knows our students, she knows our school, knows our community. So again, it's going to be a really great fit. So I'm really excited to have her here on board. Again, it's just one of those things that, we're kind of seeing an epidemic here, again, across the nation with mental health. And so, our goals here are to help have our students obviously high achieving. We want to see them grow, but we also want to see them have a strong mental wellness. So that's the reason we're hiring Casey for that position. Another thing we're doing this year is we intend to hire an English language arts position, a 7 through 12, but mostly the first couple years for sure is going to be a 7th and 8th grade English language arts teacher, in order that we can self-contain our 6th grade classes. So much like our 5th grade classes, the 6th grade next year will be a self-contained classroom, meaning they're going to have basically 2 primary teachers to go through their core academic subjects, and then they will continue to go out for other subjects, their special classes such as art and band and choir, things like that. But we do intend to do that. So with that, we are kind of looking at our district, a little bit more with a 7 to 12, a K-6 mentality, but it is still, elementary, middle, and high school. So Mrs. Schrader will still be the principal for the 7th and the 8th grade students as well as the 5th and 6th grade students. But Mr. Kelly will be stepping in to help with discipline, some special ed issues, things like that. So we're going to see a little more blending kind of in the middle grade bands of our school district here. Another thing we have coming up here is you may have already seen Vance Knopfsiger, but we are doing we're doing some fundraising for some new concession stands for baseball, softball. So if that is something you're interested in helping out, donating, anything like that, you can please reach out to us at the school. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Vance if he hasn't already tracked you down somewhere. So appreciate your support on that. If anything you're willing to give, any way you're willing to help, we would certainly appreciate that. Lastly, we have our graduation coming up. So we have on May 19th, Sunday, May 19th at 2 o'clock, we will be saying goodbye to the class of 2024. These seniors, they've done a really nice job over the past 13 years. They've been a lot of fun to have here, but it is time to let them go and do their thing in the world. So on a special side note, this class, they were kindergartners when I first started here. So it's really been fun to kind of watch them grow and mature as they've made their way through our school, and they've done a lot of neat things as a class. We've seen school records broken. We've seen the basketball team go win the district. We've seen the football team have a lot of success. Quiz Bowl team's doing awesome. You know, they've done a lot of awesome things in art, band, choir. They really are a very successful class. And so sad to see them go, but I'm really excited to see what they do in the future. And so if you'd like to join us for graduation, again, the ceremony starts at 2 o'clock on Sunday the 19th. Thank you so much. Please stick around. I have some more segments for these videos. Again, trying to meet the staff, some question and answer with students and teachers, and then a little highlight of a history project here at the end. So stick with us. But again, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Again, my name is Jeff Wise. If you haven't met me yet, please say hi next time you see me. And I'm certainly here to be with you and to be with our students and continue the strong tradition we have here at Pandora Goodwill of excellence. So thank you so much. Go Rockets. Mr. Kelly is our new high school principal, so he's my first victim for Meet the Staff. So I got several questions for him. I hope you enjoy his responses and just a little get to know you. So Mr. Kelly, first off, where are you from?
Originally from the Cleveland area. I was born and raised in the western and southern Cleveland. Strongsville, Ohio is kind of where I primarily grew up, and attended St. Edward High School in Lakewood, Ohio, and then ultimately transferred to, or I guess moved to Northwest Ohio and attended BGSU for my undergrad.
Very good. And after you graduated college, what did you do for your employment history?
So I graduated from BG, and I graduated in a kind of a weird spot. I graduated in December of 2012, I believe. So I did a long-term sub at BG Middle School, and then was fortunate enough to get a job at Ottawa Glandorf High School, and I've been there for the past almost 11 years now teaching social studies.
Very good, very good. And now you're here with us at PG. That's awesome. So tell us about your family.
So I have a wife and 2 young kids. My daughter, Maria, she's going to graduate from kindergarten in, I think, the 17th of May, and then I have a son, John, who is 4. He is currently in preschool. He'll be going to preschool another year next year. And then my wife she's a school counselor at Arlington, K through 6 school counselor.
And then do you have any family pets?
I do. I forgot to mention her because she's been a pain in the butt recently, peeing on our carpet, and kind of a sore subject. But a dog named Riley, a very masculine Shih Tzu poodle, 7 pound.
Right. That's
7 pound dog.
That's good. So you graduated from BG, you became a teacher. So what inspired you to be an educator?
I would say my first real big inspiration was I had a lot of influential teachers in high school, and particularly one taught social studies and kind of ignited my passion for the content area. And then I kind of knew my sophomore into junior year that I wanted to pursue education. I wanted to help people and try to serve in that capacity for my career.
And so you've taught at OG Social Studies. I was a social studies teacher as well. That's awesome. What inspired you to pursue a principal position, and then ultimately what inspired you to apply here at PG?
I think the principal position kind of came, I was taking a lot of leadership classes at Findlay for my master's program, and I just I obviously love the classroom, but decided I wanted to pursue leading in like a larger scale capacity, not just students, but also staff and other members of the community, other stakeholders within the school. PG, I've heard nothing but great things. I knew I wanted to stay kind of in a small, tight-knit community, close to home. Our home's in Ottawa, and I knew about the reputation, the awesome reputation of students and staff, and threw my hat in the ring and was fortunate enough to get the opportunity.
And so you're going to be starting August 1st as the new high school principal. What do you hope to accomplish here?
I think one big thing is, as far as your guys', or I guess our mission statement and kind of school vision, is just trying to make sure that every student has a clear path to what they want to do as they enter into the real world. So kind of preparing for all aspects of their lives and trying to have that plan mapped out as they leave. And I also want to continue to kind of build upon the student-centered lessons and student-centered teaching that I know is something that's very popular here as well.
Very good, very good. So I don't know if any of them will watch this, but what would you want your students to know about you?
I would say I'm pretty easygoing, pretty laid back. I'm gonna try my best to get to know you guys and serve you guys in the best capacity that I could. I think that's primarily what I would say is I'm very approachable and willing to do what's best for you guys at the end of the day.
And then likewise, what would you want the parents in the community to know about you coming into the job?
I think one big thing is I like to meet new people. I like to embrace and try to build positive relationships. Like I said, with all stakeholders, I like to immerse myself into the communities that I live in or serve, and be willing to be approachable to help out with whatever is needed at the time.
And, piggybacking off that, you're going on the 8th grade trip to DC, so that'll be fun. So
Excited.
volunteering some time to get to know our students and some of our parents on that trip, so that'll be great. What values are most important to you, and how do you think they guide your decisions and your actions?
It's a great question. This one took me a little bit of time to think about, but integrity is, I think, one of the top. I always try to do the right thing and try to lead by example in that fashion. Honesty kind of falls within that as well. Try to tell it how it is and try to be as direct as possible in my interactions. I think growth is also one. I always talk about like growth mindset and trying to get a little bit better at whatever I'm trying to do every single day, whether that's being a father or educator or leader. Accountability, I'm willing to own up and take accountability for my actions. Relationships is huge with me. Like I said, trying to build positive relationships and trying to serve those that I'm working with on a daily basis. And teamwork is also something that's kind of been instilled with me growing up, always playing team sports. I participated in basketball all 4 years in high school. That was one that I really learned the value of a team. I didn't have a starting role but on the team, but I think we ended up being ranked like 11 in the nation, I believe, preseason. And I was 15th man, but it was still an excellent, lesson of everyone contributes and everyone can, embrace that perspective. So teamwork's huge, and I hope to hopefully build that team-oriented culture in the next several years.
Perfect. And speaking of basketball, our boys team just won the district championships. That was really exciting for us. I've seen that twice now at PG, and it's been a fun ride. So hopefully we can continue some of that when you're around. So the next set of questions are a little more fun, a little more get to know you, a little less the dry educational stuff. Are there any books or movies that had a positive impact on you in your life that you want to talk about?
I think the two, I had to narrow it down, but the two that have had the biggest impact most recently for me is one is Be Where Your Feet Are by Scott O'Neill. It just talks about how to stay present and how to value the time that you have in the present. He talks a lot about like figuring out what your why is and what's what's most important. WMI is something that he stresses. So that's something that I'm trying to, stay in the present and focus on the present and not really worry too much about the future as much as possible, even though it's hard. Also, Chop Wood, Carry Water by Joshua Medcalf. It's a very short, I think 117 or 118 pages, but it's all about the process, focusing on the process, not being results oriented, but doing the work in whatever field you're in or whatever sport you're in, doing the work day by day to try to get better, 1% better every single day, and ultimately not worry about the results, but just again stay present in the moment and focus more on the process than more or less about the result. So.
And I mean, both of those sound like books that would lead you toward maybe a leadership position, so that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good. What are your favorite activities or hobbies to do in your free time?
So my wife and I play sand volleyball. We play in Ottoville, and I think we're one of the veteran teams. I think we've been playing since, I want to say, 2013, 2014. So we play sand volleyball. That's our Wednesday night deal. I like to play euchre, cards. We have a pretty good neighborhood, so we are pretty competitive in the card playing. I like to obviously spend time with kids. Our kids are going to be involved in a lot this summer. Spend time with them and try to stay close to family as much as possible. So I would say, yeah, for as far as summer plans, volleyball, taking the kids to and from their events. Our daughter's going to do softball and then swim this year, so
Nice.
she's excited for that. And then, yeah, probably just hang out with the neighbors and play some cards.
So fair warning to the high school kids, if you're actually watching this, volleyball player, homecoming, students versus staff, you better watch out.
I didn't know that was a part of the.
Yeah, he's already
Part
signed
of
up
the
for it,
deal.
and he doesn't know it. So, you're pretty good fit shape, in shape kind of person here. But what are your guilty pleasure foods?
I think pizza. Pizza's probably my favorite, but then I also put down Chipotle is also guilty pleasure, and I mispronounce it on purpose because I'm a dad now. So I think that's a custom that every dad has to mispronounce Chipotle. So those are my two guilty pleasure foods for sure.
You can tell I have no guilty pleasure foods. I just eat what I eat. What is something you've always wanted to do but you haven't done yet in your life?
My top, I guess, vacation I'd like to take is Ireland. My grandparents on my dad's side were from there. They came over. I can't remember what year, but early on in their lives, and my entire family went. My grandpa's 90th birthday, they went back. So my whole family besides me went to Ireland. I stayed back because my wife gave birth to our first child, so I felt like my husbandly and fatherly duties rested in the States, but I always give my family crap about trying to hopefully take me back there someday. But Ireland's definitely bucket list vacation that I've always wanted to try.
So going off script here a second, so you mentioned Ireland. That does sound like a good trip. I've never been to either. I've only been to the UK, but do you want to tell the Rocket Nation here what your favorite college football, basketball team is?
This might upset some people, but Notre Dame, Fighting Irish, and I know some of you will probably chirp me about Ohio State beating them the past 2 years, but that's okay because they're gonna come out stronger and even better next year.
So I'm wearing my Rocket gray and red here, but also this is an Ohio State tie, so couldn't let him get away with it, folks. Couldn't let him get away with it. A little more fun question here. If you were a pro baseball player and you walk up to the plate, what would your walk-up music be?
Okay, so a lot of you guys might have to Google this, but I put Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. It's a 90s classic. A lot of my groomsmen walked out to this song at our wedding, so it has some sentimental value as well. But that would be definitely my walkout song for a baseball game.
I wasn't honestly expecting that answer. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. What genres of music do you like to listen to?
I like everything.
Yeah.
I like 90s has a special place. I kind of grew up with it. So 90s grunge, pop, anything 90s, early 2000s hip hop and pop as well. It's kind of my guilty pleasure.
Right.
Country, not so much like some of the newer stuff. I do like Hardy, Morgan Wallen, but some of the old school country I like. Just anything really. I wouldn't say like super heavy metal would be my thing, but there's a time and place for it as well. So I would say anything really.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you have any interesting or silly fears? Anything you're afraid of?
So the cicada apocalypse is something coming up here this summer. I don't know if it's going to hit. I know it is going to hit the Midwest, so that's one kind of thing I'm not looking forward to. I don't really like insects a whole lot. My family makes fun of me because I run away from bees and things like that, and do not really like the insects. So I would say that would be a huge fear of mine. Is just, and that's again kind of a weird fear, but insects, spiders, cicadas, bees, things like that. Probably be my irrational fears.
How do you feel about clowns?
Oh, I also do not like clowns. We talked earlier, but I watched it as a young child, the old school, not the new one. I will not watch the new one, but it was kind of a torturous movie for me that caused a lot of pain and suffering as I grew up.
Yeah, for our viewers out there, we talked about books earlier, and he mentioned it, and so I had to throw that out there to embarrass him a little bit more. If you could only choose 5 condiments for the rest of your life, no more than that, which 5 would you choose?
This took me a while to think about. I think I have to go ketchup and then stadium mustard. Specifically, I think there's a brand called Burtman's. Used to have the Indians logo on it, now the Guardians, I'm sure. I would say cane sauce, 100%. I like Legends hot sauce. Legends is a little joint in Ottawa. I like their hot sauce a lot. And then I also put Millie's spicy garlic. My wife and I were just there last night, and I asked the waitress for about 5 sides to take home, and she obliged. So I got some in the fridge for random times that you need it.
So no barbecue sauce. That's an upset.
Yeah, that was probably that was probably top 10.
Let's be honest. No mayo. I mean,
No,
yeah,
I'm not a big white condiment guy.
That's another upset. I think. Like, I don't know.
I
Okay.
think there's probably mayo in cane sauce, but it's hidden by other
Mayo,
things.
ketchup, pepper, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, one last question from Mr. Kelly here. What's the most absurd fashion trend you've tried to pull off in your life?
I'm happy this is the last one. I had a mullet back in the COVID lockdown era. So this was like 2020. Decided I wanted to, since we were all inside, I think everyone's minds were kind of racing, going crazy. Decided I was going to try to rock the mullet. Part of the reason is I did have a short stint with a motorcycle as well. So I wanted the feeling of, the hair coming out of the back of the helmet. So I did have a mullet for a brief period, and it would never, or it will never return in the future.
Business in the front, party in the back.
That's right.
I
That's
get
right.
it. I get it.
That's right.
So my fashion trend, this is going back to like, gosh, I'd have to think 1990, probably 1991. Back then, you either called it like rolling your jeans or pegging your jeans. I did that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was really bad. We also did like the bibs, like overalls, but like you had to have like the certain strap off the shoulder.
Oh yeah. Did you have the Jinko jeans?
No,
too?
I never did. I didn't do that. I wasn't one of those people. That was more of the Insane Clown Posse type people.
Yeah.
That was definitely not me. Those big elephant jeans. But yeah, peg pants. That was good. I had the Kurt Cobain hair back in high school. Some of my high school students know that. Kind of
I'd
embarrassing to
love to
look
see a
back
pic
on
of that.
Yeah,
You gotta
it's a good
bring
thing.
bring up a pic.
Anything else you'd like to share with the Rocket family here before we get out of here?
No, I'm very excited to be here. Very excited to start. I'm excited to get to know you guys, and go Rockets.
Go Rockets. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Hello, PG Rocket fans. I have with me Andrew Suter here. Andrew, say hi to the folks out there.
How you doing? Good.
I invited Andrew here today because he is in the middle of his senior year of track, and I want to talk specifically about pole vault. So, fairly recently, Andrew, you broke the school record in pole vault. You want to tell the folks about that?
Yep. Over the weekend of prom at the Liberty Benton Invite, I went 15-3 and only placed second to another really good vaulter from LB, but their coaches have helped me as well. So, much respect to them and their program, but it was a good time.
And Andrew, you broke the school record. Whose record was that again?
It was Silas Augsburger.
Right.
Yes.
But you already broke his record last year too.
Yeah. Broke it
So
last
he really
year.
broke his own record is what I was getting at. But
Yeah.
he's too humble to admit that. So you want to tell us about like how you got started with pole vault? Because that seems like a pretty scary event to do.
Well, 7th grade track was the first time I had ever kind of really thought about it, but I always knew I kind of wanted to pole vault. I had saw it at some other track meets my parents and grandparents had brought me to, and I was just like, that looks cool. And I didn't really think about the dangerous part of throwing yourself 15 feet in the air,
Right.
but it was
Right.
just kind of, I got in contact with Pete Diller, who was the coach at that time, and he got me started. And then Ellie Bradick, now Russell, has helped me ever since high school and got me down to state 3 years, hopefully make it 4. But
And Ellie's another record holder and
Yeah.
state champion as well.
Yeah.
So last year, Andrew, you won the regional tournament there in Fostoria, and that was kind of a special day for you and for your family. You want to tell the crowd about that?
yes, so I won pole vault at 14 feet at Fostoria last year, and then my father also won regionals in the shot put at Fostoria, and so did my uncle Mark Suter, who won in high jump. So
That's
all
excellent.
All 3 events at Fostoria.
Yeah, and I remember you guys took the family picture there and did
Yep.
that kind of fun stuff. So that was
Yeah.
really kind of a neat day for you guys. So I was really
Yep.
really happy for that. So this past Friday we had the PCL tournament, and you won that as well in pole vault. And how did you vault there?
So I didn't perform quite as well. It wasn't the best day to vault, but it was still pretty good. I went 14 feet again. and had more height in the jump. It just didn't work on the day, but it's still good enough to take first.
Yeah, it was definitely rainy. And then we have the BBC coming up and then state
Yep.
tournaments.
Yes.
Correct? Very good. So last season after regionals, you went to state and you made the podium. Do you want to tell the Rocket fans out there how that experience was for you?
So that was amazing. I didn't expect to win regionals that year, first of all, but then got that and beat a 2-time state champ at regionals.
Right.
Who jumped pretty high, and he's down at like Houston now, but he also performed better at state, so he was one place ahead of me at state. But I took third at the state meet, and that was amazing, and I still can't quite believe it, but I know it did happen.
No, that was really fun. That was a really fun meet for all your, the Rocket fans out there. I mean, I enjoyed watching you do it. It's a lot of fun. So,
Yeah.
and like I said, you have a lot of guts to do that because I couldn't go inverted. That would scare me to death.
Yeah.
So, what are your plans for after high school?
So I will be attending Cedarville University for a business degree, and I will also pole vault there hopefully, and we'll see what we can do there. But
Very good, very good. Well, wish you the best of luck at the BBC this week and then into the
Appreciate it.
future for the state tournament. So, thanks for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the Rocket fans out there?
go Rockets!
All right, go Rockets. Thank you.
I'm Kelly Ortiz. I teach general music and choir, and I am most excited about a little more free time this summer.
What do you plan on doing?
I'm going to spend time outside. I'm going to garden, and hopefully things won't die.
Yeah.
I'm going to bake. I'm going to spend time with my family and sleep.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, hi, I'm Levi Hovis. I teach world history, American history, and real world PG. And I would say the thing I'm looking forward to the most this summer is spending time with my family and our new daughter.
Very good. And how old is your new daughter?
7 months. I had to think about it real quick.
Very good, very good. You're gonna be watching some baseball this summer?
The Reds need to play a little bit better, but yes, I'm gonna be suffering through some games.
Swing those bats. All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Hovis.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, go for it.
Hi, I'm Mila, and I'm in 5th grade, and I'm looking forward to swimming this summer.
Where do you go swimming?
Mr. Atkins' wife's mom's house.
Oh, nice. That sounds like fun. Thanks. Okay, go ahead.
I am 8 years old, and I am in 2nd grade, and in the summer I went to go fishing at my grandma's pond and go on vacation and catch lizards.
You're gonna go fishing and go on vacation and catch lizards? Where are you gonna go on vacation? Do you know?
Florida.
Florida. That sounds awesome. But hey, you forgot to tell us your name. Tell everybody what your name is.
Tyler.
Tyler. This is Tyler. All right, Tyler. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Peyton Diller. What are you gonna do this summer? What are your summer plans?
I'm babysitting every single day, and I'm also excited for volleyball in the summer camps and just hanging out with my friends.
Perfect. How about Lucy Hovis? What are your plans?
Mostly just volleyball. I'm going to be working with my dad and just hanging out with my friends and family.
And what does your dad do?
He does concrete.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, Zach Newen-Schwander. What are you gonna do after high school?
I plan on attending the University of Cincinnati and major in construction management.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Aiden Miller. What do you plan to do after you graduate high school this year?
I plan to attend Bowling Green State University and major in business, specializing in marketing.
Perfect. Thank you.
So I'm Kaylee Lickdew. I'm Lindy Shaw. We're in 9th grade, and this is our trench project.
All right, and what class are you doing this project for?
History, world history.
World history. Perfect. What have you learned from this project so far?
Yeah, the conditions.
So, for example,
It was very muddy and unsanitary. A lot of rats. Yeah.
all right,
Lots of
perfect.
dead bodies.
Yeah,
Very
gross.
nasty. Or
As evidenced here.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, well, thank you so much.